Hey YouTube! First, I wanted to wish you guys 恭喜发财, which means congratulations and be prosperous. So you noticed Tasha isn't with me right now, and it's because we're on another break. We're on Chinese New Year break, so I thought this would be a nice video to tell you guys you guys about Chinese New Year culture and stuffs from my point of view. So some of this, I'm trying to make this as accurate as I've experienced it, and I've done a little more research just in case. But if I have a little inaccuracies, I apologize in advance. So first off, one of the things we do in Chinese New Year is called Bailin. It's generally a time of year where we visit different relatives and we kind of wish them good fortune for the year. And there's a whole list of sayings that you can choose from, and I'll share that at the end of the video. So basically, the way my family has done it, because we have such a huge family, is you generally try to do it in a day or two. And we'd always start with going with the oldest person in the family, the oldest male, or just oldest person generally, because, Chinese has a really big thing about giving back to our elders and respecting, those of older generations. So we used to go to my mom's uncle, so my great uncle's place, and a lot, like all his daughters, the nieces, the uncles, the nephews, they all gather at that house, and we would kind of do it all at one place. So you don't have to go to like every individual house, and you kind of just meet up there first. And then you do the whole, you greet them with all the sayings, and then you kind of just sit there and you catch up about the year and you just wish each other good luck. It's just a family get together. And then generally we would go to the other families, like my mom's oldest cousin. So you kind of see the trend, you kind of go to the oldest. So we do that. So that's one of the traditions. And usually at all these houses, another tradition and custom we have is you guys get the chin hop. That's what we call it. There are different styles, different kinds. And generally in that container is a bunch of food. And there's certain types of food, I guess, because generally what I understand is because they have good meaning. I'm just going to show you examples of the food. I'm not actually sure about all the meanings to all these, but these are just common ones that we always see. This is one of the most common ones you'll always see practically at every house, and they're called guazi, and you guys can either get them in black or red. I like the black ones better. They taste really good. You just you open the shell, and you take the seed out in the middle, and voila. And I guess a lot of it is really it's personal preference. But the general things you generally also always have is the chocolate, the chocolate money or the chocolate coins, and you have other things like this is stuff my mom decided about. This is called uha, or I think I'm saying that right. Probably not. This one's called tabao. That is not tea. That is just like bunch of chips, fried things. Yum yum. So that's another thing, and something that you guys, I feel like other cultures are very familiar with, are the red packets. I don't have mine yet, so I can't show you guys. And you're not allowed. Okay, you're not allowed to open that to, I think, either chao tat or chao gao, which is 7. That's either 7 days after the Chinese New Year or 9 days, because it's tradition. You don't want to open it till then. I think it's also a way that you can't immediately open it and be like, you didn't give me enough money, because I was totally the kid who did that, So something I learned about red packets is that generally only married people give them, or generally people of higher status, or I guess a parent status, because the best example I can use is my godmom. My godmom is a twin, and neither twins are married. But my godmom, she'll give me red packets because she's my godmom. Because of that status, she will give me a red packet. But generally, not married people will not. So don't make the mistake of going to a not married person and be like, 恭喜发财, cough up the red packet now. Because I used to do that as a kid, and I did not understand that only married people would give me money. So basically have lots of friends with married people if you want more money. So now on to the sayings, which is a really, really big part of Chinese New Year, because you kind of, I don't mean you're going to spur all these sayings out, but that's kind of what you do. You greet someone, and generally this entire week, to people, your relatives, and sometimes everyone on the street will come not everyone on the street, because you don't go up to a stranger and be like, 恭喜发财, because that's kind of weird. But salespeople and stuff, you can go to stores, you'll greet them 恭喜发财, and just this general list. There are so many, I will not be able to list them all, but these are kind of the top ones you use. And I'll try not to just give you the literal translation, because then it's kind of weird, because they really mean weird things literally. So one of them is, I'll just list them. 龍馬精神，萬事如意，心想事成. And the obvious one that you generally always start with is 身體健康. Kids, you generally like to go with 學業進步同埋快高長大. And for business people, you generally like to say 生意興隆. And there's my favorite, which is 笑口常開, which literally means 笑口, laughing mouth, 常開, always open. So it just means I hope this next year will have lots of smiles and you'll be happy. So as you can kind of tell, a lot of them are pretty, you kind of choose them according to who you're speaking to. Like I mentioned before, there's certain ones that fit better with certain people. And you don't list off like a whole 10 or 20 of them. Unless you're in a competition with other kids, because that actually does happen. We literally compete over everything. I don't think it's very healthy. Obviously, I always lose. I can remember 5 off the top of my head and I just forget. So generally you do. You just kind of customize it for the person, and you guys at most probably say 4. Yeah, I feel like unless you're trying to really impress someone, you just stick with 4, because you always go with the first 2 are always the same. Generally, it's 恭喜發財, and then 身體健康, and then 2 more that fit the person. So that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this little extra Chinese New Year knowledge. Have a happy Chinese New Year, you guys, and to those of you who apparently have finals going on, good luck. Love you guys. Bye.